1, 2, 1, 2.
Yeah. So that's right. This is Summerfield Abner with Bad Boys TV coming to you live from the 2021 BCA World Championship here. We've got the silver team match about to start. It's supposed to start at 4:30. We got about 3 minutes to go. I'm joined in the booth right now by Mark. Mark, what's your last name?
White.
Mark White.
Mark White. And do you know what? It's great to be sat next to somebody called Summerfield. It takes me back to my childhood and the supermarkets.
Yep.
From the UK.
And not many people know that about the name Summerfield. Everybody's like, where does your name come from? Expecting a very elaborate story, and they rarely get it. So I don't know that I was named after the supermarket, but it could be. Yeah.
I so hope not.
What type of supermarket is it?
It's it's a medium-priced.
That's exactly what I wanted to hear.
Middle of the road kind
Very mediocre. Perfect. Well, as you can tell, we're going to have some fun here. The player sheet's still getting done by these guys, so we're going to be back with you as soon as they're ready to go. It looks like they're still hitting balls. Mark, thanks for joining me. Thanks for joining me, and we'll be right back.
Can't wait.
right, everybody, welcome here to the 2021 BCA World Championship. This is the silver team event. This is Summerfield and Mark here with Badboys TV, coming to you live. Apparently we got started here. I didn't really realize that was the opening break. We have Top Shelf on the right here. They're in the red jerseys. I'm going to give them the red, except that's them. And then we're going to give Free Rollin the blue. And that's a little bit easier for me to keep track of the players that way. These teams have made it. This is the hot seat match in the silver teams event. So the winner of this will go on to the finals. The loser will play for third place. The winner will be undefeated, and they'll have to be beaten twice in the finals. Mark, how you doing? How about now?
Yeah, I'm doing great, thank you. I know I'm having to keep my voice down a little bit because it's we're very, very close to the action here, aren't we?
We are, yeah.
I love some of the names we've got as well.
Yeah.
Some of the team names are great. Top Shelf.
Yeah. Self-explanatory.
Yeah.
Says it all.
Free
Rollin.
You need to perform to that height, though.
It's true. Mike and I have talked a little bit about that. Some of the shirts that say, like, oh, sorry, you forgot to bring your game. I always think when I'm going to wear something like that, how it's going to feel when I lose. It's probably not a great approach to go into my match thinking about it, but if I say that on my shirt, I kind of got to own that if things don't go my way.
Well, I don't know what you think about this yesterday. Sack that waiter. Sorry about the noise in the background, guys. Somebody's getting angry with something.
This is something that we talked about earlier today. The final day of this event, they start breaking things down. And as though playing in a hot seat match in the finals isn't stressful enough, you have the added noise of breaking down tables. We had an impact drill going through the last set, so it's
Well, drills are good to improve your pool, I've heard.
Yeah. Hey, there you go.
Yeah.
You were saying?
Yeah, I was just mentioning you were talking about names like Top Shelf. You have to live up to your reputation.
Mm-hmm.
Eklund Kachi, who is the new Predator 10-ball world
10-ball champion, yep.
As we saw him crowned yesterday, he has a tattoo on his neck which says perfection.
Wow, that's a lot to live up to.
It certainly is.
Do you think he has several different heights of collar in case things aren't going his way? Thank you.
Yeah, good point.
All right.
What have we got going on here?
Well, we've got Free Rollin on both tables right now. He was down to one ball, and, you know, that was a tricky shot. One of the things, we're in silver teams, and you see a little more aggressive play at this level. You see people going for the outs a little more. And I know that I've played really good 6-ball, 8-ball for quite a while. I can run balls like a madman, but I get down to position on those last couple balls, and I can really get myself in trouble.
Yeah, and when you've only got one ball left in 8-ball on a 7-foot table like this,
yeah,
you're just going to keep getting tied up and tied up and tied up.
Yep.
Shot after shot away, right?
And it's one of the really interesting parts about watching this little bit more intermediate skill level, or just not as advanced strategically, is you see probably better ball making ability because they're used to being in different positions on the table. So you see a lot more creativity, a little bit more aggression, but again, you see excellent safety play like we did there on the right from Top Shelf. He's only got to defend against one ball.
Yeah, exactly. Is jumping allowed?
It is, yeah.
Okay, so it looks like a good chance for a jump.
Indeed. Do you play with a jump cue?
Badly.
Yeah.
I have to play with a jump cue because my position's so bad.
Yeah, I'm familiar. I also am not a great jumper. I had a match in the 10-ball where I ended up making 3 jumps in a row, which doesn't mean I'm jumping well. It means I'm continuing to leave myself a jump shot. But I was pocketing the ball well. And then I proceeded to scratch on my 4th shot. So, not great. Ooh, Top Shelf on the left there. You can buy that 7. Nice open layout.
Looked like for a second he was just going to brush on that 7-ball.
Yeah. Oh, there was the jump. Unfortunately, we're blocked from this camera angle, but I saw the one moving. Yeah. Looks like a good hit.
He's hit it.
And it looks like a really fortunate position. It looks like that 10 can squeeze by the 9 ball, but
Yeah,
hard to say if that's worth shooting at this point.
I think it makes the pocket very big that he can even play this just rail first, can't he, to come in off the 9.
Yeah, and you can kind of play a two-way shot here, knowing that he would have to jump again to get to the 1, and he's only got a partial pocket with the 15 down there. Like you said, playing off that 9 there.
Just off the 9.
You don't necessarily want to move that ball, but...
What do you do here? You're playing, is it the 13 into the side?
I'm thinking a lot about where I would like to be if I miss. The 13 on the side scares me with the 14 right there. That side pocket gets really big. Wow. It's an interesting shot over there on the left.
This is double the fun, isn't it? 2 tables at once.
Yeah, it's wild to keep track of. Scoring turns into an interesting situation. So there again, you see, that was a pretty bold shot there. All right, it looks like free Rollin taking down that first game on table number 1 over there. Sorry, we were talking table 2. But yeah, taking a pretty bold shot there because you are opening up the 1 ball. The tricky part about his table here is getting to the 11 ball. You kind of got to go in sequence here. So I'm thinking probably 15, 12, 11, 9. And getting in a good position. I think he got around that. You can see the 12.
So what's your last ball here?
I think the 13 is going to be your key ball. So I think probably playing the 12 to the lower right, 11 to the lower left, 9 to the lower right, and then the 13 to the upper right. Because you can't do much with the 11 until you move either the 12 or the 9.
Might just bump the 8 here, right?
Yeah.
Oh, he didn't have to. It was straight enough.
Some of these angles are tricky to tell.
It was my first time in Las Vegas, and what an introduction.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
been
welcome.
Been an amazing...
Has it? Have you been here the whole time?
I got here on the 3rd.
Oh, yeah.
Last 2
That's what
days
you were
of the
saying.
first tournament.
And have you watched a lot of pool? Did you play at all?
No, I was actually doing the scoring for CSI.
Oh, okay. Great.
Walking around, running around with a laptop, keeping all the scores.
Were you
updated
one of
for
the
website.
players practicing the buzzer for a good couple days? It seemed like they were really wanting to nail that thing down. The shot clock was going off for about 2 days straight.
That's one thing about when you're watching Eklund Catchy, he's not the quickest player.
No.
So you will often hear the buzzer going off when he's at the table.
Mm-hmm. Excellent job staying on the outside of that 8 ball.
Are you going to draw this, or are you going to run it through off 2 rails? What are you going to do, or straight up and down?
I like playing straight up and down. I'm an inside English player, so I'm going to play this with top right. I feel like I can control my speed a little better. I think the natural line goes around 2 rails, so I think most players are going to play that. You said you like to draw off this?
I like to stunt, a little bit of left, around 2 rails I like to go.
Yeah.
Played it without any. That's okay.
That's a good line looking at that 8 ball.
So just head down on this one. Keep your head still and cue it in.
Yeah, I like to roll down to the foot rail for insurance. Looks like he's got a little bit of an angle, and I'd rather leave him shooting off the foot rail than I would a cut in the lower left-hand corner if I happen to miss. Again, something I shouldn't be thinking about, but
You certainly
as well.
should not, Mr. Summerfield.
You're right. Well, thank you.
You should be thinking positively. The 8's going in.
The 8's going in.
We're 1-1.
We're 1-1. All right, so we're back to table 1 here while table 2 racks. This is top shelf at the table right now, and I'm going to do my best to get through and try and identify these players. So they play out of the Villages in Florida. They play out of several rooms there. These are all BCA players. And again, they're black and red, white striped jerseys. We don't have individual player information there, so I will tell you a little more about their team in a minute. This on the left-hand side is free Rollin stepping to the table, and that is David Crowley, and he goes by Crowley. He's got a very simple mantra, as you said earlier, better tomorrow than today. He wants to give a big shout out to Tyler and Ava. Hopefully you're tuning in out there.
Yeah, and if you are tuning in, we're live on YouTube. It'd be nice to get some of their questions and comments
Yeah,
coming
absolutely.
through to see what you're thinking, guys, of this is a hot seat match, right?
Hot seat match in the silver finals, yeah. Or sorry, the silver division. Go back to both tables, catch your opening break. Check in with the chat room real quick. Cheering on TJ, cheering on Top Shelf. Thank you guys for tuning in out there. The Ole Kraken match. Unfortunately, I can't say who's going to be streamed. They kind of feed us the matches, and we do what we can. We can only do one at a time. So, and again, this is a race to 13, and we might be here for a little bit. David Crowley there on table 1. This is...
Well, I haven't seen what you're like with a cue yet, but you're certainly very good with that mouse.
Oh, well, thank you. I hope I'm better with a cue than a mouse. That I would be terrified to realize I've become better with a computer mouse than a pool cue.
Yeah, so it's gone a little awkward up the end there now with the 7 and you can't quite make out what ball that is.
All right, so here's kind of what we see about going to make balls. So right now, here on table 1, you are really tied up. You got to look at that 12 ball.
Oh, he'd love a
Is he
bump
gonna
on
get a
this. He'd
bump?
love a bump. Ooh.
Oh, makes contact.
He just made it worse, if anything.
Yeah, and at this point, I don't want to pocket this 12 ball. In fact, I'm going to kick behind and make contact with a 10-4 and try and sit on the 10.
I'm potting it and going into him personally, but there you go.
Yeah. And yeah.
Because it was a good chance, a good opportunity. You know, always
you could
like,
get a rub there.
Yeah, if you've got the chance, go for it as early as possible.
Yeah. But I guess that's a great point, as early as possible. As you see those balls starting to disappear, your opportunities to get there disappear.
And his last hit, that ball that he just played to the side, that was a great opportunity to do it. Now he's pushed it further away down this end of the table, so now he needs an even better shot to try and knock that last stripe out.
Agreed. Yeah, and very fortunate in this situation that the ball didn't go in. It makes it a lot more difficult to play safe.
Yeah, he's ended up nasty over this, hasn't he?
Yep. Tree-topped is what we call that, shooting over a ball. Do you have a term for that, shooting over a ball? What's that?
We do. We call it a picnic shot.
A picnic shot, because you're on top of the hill.
Because you're hampered.
Because you're what?
Hampered.
Hampered. Oh, okay.
We call the straw basket.
I
that
love
you put
that.
the food in.
Yeah.
It's called a hamper.
It is.
And you're hampered. It's a picnic shot.
Picnic shot. I love that. I'm going to learn so much.
And I'm going to learn some of yours as well.
Yeah. Trying to kick at that ball. You know, it's really easy. We teach our minds to kick to the pocket, because so often that's the shots that we kick are things to the pocket, and adjusting our mind out of that is really challenging. You see a lot of players. I did that in one of the matches myself. I totally thought I'd come inside because I had to cut a ball a little bit and kicked right into the back of the pocket. So that gives ball in hand to Crowley on the left. This is free rolling on the right as well.
Yeah, I like what he's doing here, playing it to the side. And oh no, sorry. Where am I?
I think it looks like he's lining up to intentionally pocket the 12 ball.
Yeah.
Which is definitely
not a bad
move.
idea.
Yeah.
Not a bad idea. I didn't think of that.
As long as you make the ball. The last thing you want to do is leave him a breakout on that. But if you feel pretty good about the combo, this can be a really powerful move. Like I said, now you've taken away all his ability to get to that. At this point, so Mike that I commentate with is a big fan of intentionally making the other player's balls. So at this point, he would just pocket one of the solids as opposed to kick into this, and that's a great hit. But again, the player can just kind of continue to do the same thing, and eventually you're going to wedge that ball out of there. So Mike's saying he would make the 5, and then the next shot make the 1, make the 3, until eventually they're kind of forced to deal with the same problem as you.
Yeah, very interesting game coming from a snooker background.
Mm-hmm.
I love these little tactical plays.
Yeah.
Little nudges here and there. I love all that.
Do you play much one pocket, or have you watched much one pocket?
I'm just getting into it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like watching it, but I love playing it.
Yeah. Okay, so getting another ball down on this end of the table and blocking that ball. Looks like he might be able to see the edge of this, but he's still kicking. Great hit again, and leaves him even more snookered. It looks like he'll have to play off the edge of that 4 ball. I don't know that he can reach the 5 from there.
Yeah, it's a very tense game. Could be a very, very long game. We might even need a picnic for this particular game.
Go out and look at the treetops with a nice picnic.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, free rolling, running out. Nice little touchy shot here to get on the 8 ball. All right, a great opportunity here for top shelf as well. These rail shots, I really like to play rail first. I'm just trying to get behind the 4.
Not too bad.
Yeah.
Not a bad choice of shot. Couldn't get shape on the 8, obviously. Would have been very lucky to get position on the 8 if he'd have potted that one.
Meanwhile, top shelf taking down game number 2, taking a 2-1 lead over there on table 2. And yeah, I would definitely have to say top shelf winning that safety battle. Trying to get back to the right side of the table, it looks like. Maybe he can see the 3. He can. All right. I think he was trying to roll down to get to that 5 ball.
Yeah, change of plan. Does the 4 pass? Can he play it off the back of the 10? You want the 4 ball to be your last ball here, don't you, really? Ideally.
And if you get straight on that 4 like you'd want to be to cue for it, it's going to be hard to get to the 5.
He's coming back down for the 5, I think.
I think he might be trying to...
Oh, no, he's not.
Yeah.
So it obviously does go.
It does look like it does. The question now is he going to be able to get around for the 10 ball? Or, sorry, for the 5 ball.
Very difficult. Not much angle.
Mm-hmm.
Would have to play high right-hand English if he wants to.
I might even consider banking the 5 ball down to get in front of the 10 right now.
That's a good call.
If I wasn't picnicked over that 8 ball.
Hey, you've already picked it up. You've picked up the picnic.
I'm working on it. I'm a picnic kind of guy. This mediocre grocery store knows how to...
Wow, that's a good
get
effort.
around
Where's
it,
the
get around
cue ball? Oh.
That was a really well executed shot. That's a very unfortunate roll there for free rolling, but it can happen when you're free rolling.
I like it.
All right, we're going to broaden it back up. Look like top shelf in a good position to take a 3-1 lead. This is top shelf at the table on the right too.
I think this is a foregone conclusion.
Yep, it looks good.
Yeah, we're looking at a split screen here. Whenever I see the split screen and see, it looks like the players are going to bang into each other.
I know. They walk right at each other. And it is kind of true. These tables are pretty close together. There we go. Excellent play by Top Shelf. Turned that game around very well. Nice shooting. At the table right now. I'm not sure which balls he is. 3, 6, 3, 6. One of each down.
We're live here from the Las Vegas All Suites Hotel. And what a great venue it is. We were talking about it off air, Summerfield. It's huge, isn't it?
It is huge. Be ready to walk if you're playing this event. There's a good amount of walking.
I've been getting Ubers from back to my room.
You haven't thought about one of those scooters?
It was a scooter. I think they're making a bit of money on the side.
Scoobers.
Yeah. Scooper. Love it.
All right. I think the table must have been open there because I think he was trying to hit the 9 ball, and I think he clipped off the 1 there. So I think it's still an open table here on the right. Table 1 about to break. And let's check that breakout. That's a puzzle on table 2. And always nice to see a good break here. All right, scorekeeping error on my part. I did not see the conclusion of that third game as I was focused on the other, and I must have screwed that up. So, very nice player there from Free Rollin letting me know I'd made an error. Apologize to you guys out there. I'll bet I'm getting hollered at in the chat room. Yep. Thank you so much for keeping us posted. Let's see where Top Shelf is from. They play, like I said, they play out of the Village in Florida, and they're looking forward to seeing other friends and relatives and tell them all about their fun. So, yeah, they want to win this thing. We're going to get back here so we can all see the screen. And Free Rollin here. Sorry, Top Shelf on table 1 and on table 2. Nice shot. Looks like nobody really ready to go for that on table 2. It's a tricky layout. And it's nice to see some patience from these players. It's hard to do with that many options out there. You can usually make a ball, but really want to commit to whether or not you're going to get out or not. A safety call on table 1. An 8-ball here, you can pocket a ball and call safe, and it will be your opponent's turn next.
Okay.
Might have left a little bit of a gap to get to that 13 ball. Trying to snug behind the 8, but a good shot.
You can certainly get through.
Yeah, that gap between the 7-8.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like you said, we're coming to you live with this 2021 CSI BCA World Championship. This is the Silver Team's Hot Seat match, brought to you in part by Littman Lights, changing the way that you see pool. Littman above almost all these tables out here except the Predator ones. By Diamond Billiard Products, by OB Custom Cues, by Badboys TV, and mostly by all of you guys. So thanks for tuning in, keeping us here. Joined in the booth right now by Mark. I see, speaking of OB Custom Cues, that's Jeremy Jones over there. Looking like he's about to deliver a new sponsorship package. He's got a new player here, Mike D, joining the OB team. Mark, I'll be right back.
So, Summerfield is off to deal with Mr. Jones. I'm Mark White, and I've just been invited in at the last minute. Wasn't expecting to do this today, but I'm enjoying every single second of it. And I'm joined again by Summerfield. I'm going to keep saying your name. I just like saying it.
Joined in the booth by a mediocre grocery store. That's so funny.
You're not going to let me forget that now, are you?
I guess there's also a system of schools called the Summerfield Schools. And I thought that was British as well, but I could be wrong.
No, not that I know of.
All right.
Somebody's just won. I can hear in the background.
Wow, that's a good celebration right there.
That is a good celebration. It's like it's Moscone type almost. They're on the table. No, they're not really. I'm just.
It wouldn't put it past them. But yeah, I mean, that says a lot about the energy in this room. The tensions are really high, and boy, there's just such a wave of relief when you win, or sometimes even when you lose, just when it's over, you know. A lot goes into this. Mike D says all the time, he's like, well, players all took an airplane to get here. You know, they're pretty serious. They made a decision to play the league, to do well in the league, to come to Las Vegas to try and represent their game.
It's one thing that stood out in my mind is certainly the commitment that all these players have made to come here.
Yeah. So this tournament wrapping up today. This is the final day here at the Rio, and then we will be coming back to you in March. So we're going to be doing this all again in March.
I'll be here as well.
You will?
Yep,
Excellent.
Same time.
I look forward to it.
For the Predator World 10 Ball.
Very cool. Now, maybe you know a little bit more about this. Oh,
Ooh.
tough miss over there on table 2. Leaving it in a pretty good position, though. That's tough to get to any of those stripes. It looks like you can touch the 13 from there, but probably not pocket it. Apparently drug testing going on at the Predator World Championship at this point.
Yeah.
Can you tell me anything about that? We've speculated wildly over here in the booth, and that's been about it.
I don't speculate on things. All I know is that they randomly pick players.
Mm-hmm.
Which
What I heard was a
agree with.
random selection of 4 players, correct?
I don't know that.
Okay. And do you know what they're testing for? Are they going with Olympic standards or what? Because you can test for different substances. Is there? And again, I know that you don't want to speculate or say anything incorrectly.
I honestly don't. All I know is that drug testing is being used or was being used.
I saw one T-shirt earlier that said Paris 2024, and it was a billiard shirt. And we assumed that was alluding to the Olympics in 2024. And I was wondering if that's why they're beginning to drug test in preparation for the Olympic team. Yep.
Maybe. It just could maybe, yep.
Has it been confirmed that Olympics will be in the 2024 Olympics?
No, it's been speculated.
Speculated.
That it should be.
I agree.
They've been invited to put another case forward for it.
As a pool player, I like to believe in the athleticism of pool players, but I've always said anything that you can do while eating nachos is a game and not a sport. And I believe you could probably eat nachos while playing pool. I don't think you should.
Well, nor do I. I don't think you should eat at all while you're playing pool. But if you do, I was taught this at a very young age.
Mm-hmm.
If you're going to eat with the hand that you shoot with.
With your cue hand, not your bridge hand.
Absolutely.
Agreed.
So then you're not transferring any grease or unwanted horribleness
to your shaft. Absolutely.
Onto the table as well.
Yeah.
Of course.
Onto the felt, even more important.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, what's going on?
Looking like trying to get by that 3 ball.
And he did.
Beautifully. Stiff that ball really well, too. That's not an easy shot.
Yeah, he's got a very, very difficult layout here. The 5 and the 4 stuck together. Is that the 5 and the 4 or is it the 3?
I think that's the 5-4.
5-4, yeah.
Yeah, and here again, I feel like if you keep making balls, you're kind of running head on towards disaster. The tough part is you have the 13, 15 down here in the bottom corners, so a lot of options for stripes here. I kind of like playing the 6 ball just to lay in front of the 15 and try and hide my cue behind the 1-8.
He's going to the side.
Going to the side. And again, until I have a good opportunity to break out the 4-5, I don't know if I'm going to try. I like the idea of glancing off the 6 and trying to pot the 11.
I'm just wondering, is that a combo off the rail? The 7 onto the 5, onto the 15 ball. Is that the 15 by the pocket?
Mm-hmm. That could go. It looks like it might be driving into the rail, but that close to the pocket, a lot of things can happen. Yeah, safety options are pretty tough from there.
You were talking about OB. I actually play with an OB cue, OB shaft.
Mm-hmm. You do? What? Which one?
Oh, I don't know.
Is it wood or is it the carbon fiber? Is there a bird on it?
Don't get me started on carbon fiber.
Oh, I want to hear it. I own a couple carbon fibers, but I went back to playing wood this time, and I struggled to adjust to carbon fiber, and I thought I would really struggle to adjust back to wood, and it was like driving my first car. It was like coming home. It felt so good. I love the things that the carbon fiber is capable of doing, but I've invested a lot of time in acquiring a touch with wood.
A man after my own heart.
All right, so a nice touch there. I assume the 4 got a rail. He leaves him picnicked over this one. Well, am I saying that right?
Yes.
Or leaves him a picnic shot?
You're saying it absolutely fine. We can adjust words and twist them slightly to meet our purpose. There's nothing wrong with that.
I agree. as American English has done so much of. This will be a fun discussion. All right, free rolling over here on the right hand table. 3 balls away.
Yeah, he wanted a bit of low right on that. Didn't play much on it. A little bit of low right. We just swung it a little bit wider. He's still on this though in the side pocket.
Yeah, absolutely. And then coming up 2 rails. Maybe coming 2 rails. Maybe just playing with a little bit of left English to stay
play this
inside.
with a little bit of left Summerfield just to straighten it off that end rail.
Yeah.
Don't want to go anywhere near that 7.
Or the 1 for that matter.
Or the 1, yeah. So straight up and down.
That's on that thin of a cut. It's really easy to overroll. You don't realize how little speed is taken away from the impact of the object ball.
Yeah, he's finished okay. 8 in the side.
Yeah.
And free rolling will go ahead 3-2 for a moment at least.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, it's still a tricky shot. Take your time there. Oh, wow. Oh, get that cue ball out of there. Oh. Free rolling, catching that point, going in.
It just came up off the shot. Shows a little bit of tension.
Yeah, absolutely. And we just saw a scratch over there on table 1 as well. So top shelf with a great opportunity on both tables here.
We could be going tied 3-all.
Mm-hmm. If I'm top shelf here, I think I'm going to make
the 1, I would.
Make the 11 ball using the 5 and roll forward.
Sorry, I'm on the wrong table.
To hook. Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
So it looks like he's going for the run out. I'm saying on this left, I'd use the 5 to make the 11 and freeze behind the 4. Make him kick at it, as opposed to go for this out. He definitely got trouble on the bottom there. But yeah, over here on table 2.
Yeah, I would have played that slightly different. I'd have played that slightly different.
All right, looks like he is playing that shot now, so waiting to take this combo. I'm not sure if he's going to attempt to make the 5 as well. Okay, so just playing safe there. And the only thing tough about that is you leave a kick. So it's a hero shot, but if you can manage to kick this ball in, it sure feels good.
This is certainly the time to be a hero, though.
Right?
You're in the hot seat. Let's get it done.
Look at that. Mr. Johnson just banked that 8 ball right back. Excellent shot. Free Rollin taking a 3-2 lead. This is Free Rollin on the left-hand table, too.
Yeah, I want to kick this 2 rails. Come across the face of it. He's going to go direct at it, I think. How are you playing this one, Summerfield?
I like to play below the side pocket. It's easier for me to stretch an angle than to reduce an angle. And kicking past that side pocket is pretty wide. How about you?
You wouldn't want to go long rail, short rail? And come across it and cut it in?
Exactly.
Because if you misjudge it slightly, chances are you're going to...
Still make some kind of contact.
Make some kind of contact.
And I want to play this nice and easy. If I miss... Oh, wow.
See, that's why I don't like going the 1 rail.
Mm-hmm.
Give yourself a bigger chance.
Oh, what was your kick there? Did you prefer 2 rails?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
Long rail, short rail. And 9 times out of 10, you're going to come up behind it and kick it, and the cue ball stays that end of the table.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I like that. Once you learn a 2-rail system, do you have a good 2-rail system that you follow?
I've played lots of English billiards, and
okay.
when you're young and you're playing snooker, you're always encouraged to play some billiards as well.
Yeah.
Because it gives you your angles.
Yeah.
So I don't use any diamond system or anything like
Uh-huh.
that.
Interesting.
Just my eye.
Yep. Well, the eye is the best system out there, but the toughest one to teach. Without a doubt.
Absolutely.
All it takes is time on the table.
That's absolutely right. That's nicely played. A little bit of left-hand English, just swinging it out, persuading it.
And a very safe play as well.
Yeah.
Doesn't get to that right side rail. Leaves himself in the center of the table. Knows he has a little bit of a cut, but very makeable shot from here. Very nice. Keep it an even race, top shelf.
3-3.
And going to table 2 with a lot of balls on the table. 3, 6, 9, 12, 14 up. 1 down. Top shelf looks like he's lining up on stripes.
I actually think this is one of the best games there is. 8 ball on a 7-foot bar box table.
Yeah. And you said you've watched some Chinese 8 ball as well, right?
Yeah, Chinese 8 ball is super tough. Just because you're playing on snooker-sized pockets with pool-sized balls.
I love that. Yeah, a lot more opportunity to manipulate shots, to stretch angles. On these kind of table, when you get into those tighter pockets, you really need to know your line.
It's all about being absolutely correct on the ball.
Yep. That's got to be a lot of fun. I've played some snooker in my life. I've never played on a Chinese 8-ball table. We don't have one locally, and I hope to change that at some point.
It's a great game.
Yeah.
It will certainly help your game.
Oh, I'm sure. And you see that from a lot of people that have played Chinese 8-ball come here, and they're shooting at buckets. Just a lot simpler game.
What size are the pockets?
These should be between 4 1/4 and 4 1/8.
So not big.
No, not big. The big thing about the diamond is they're cut very, I can't say exactly the same, but they're a very accurate table, so pocket size will be the same, but the shelf depth is a little bit longer. So people think the pockets are tighter, but the shelf is just a little bit extended, so
forwards.
Easy, yep.
Yeah.
Easy to hang up a ball there.
Oh, don't scratch in the side. No, but it's okay.
Yeah, that's scary. You see that cue ball going for the side pocket. Nice little over and back shot there for top shelf. Still leaving that 5 ball.
Oh, he's tried to force an angle that wasn't there. Just tried to steal a bit on the pocket. Just pinch a bit.
And that's a shot you see a lot in Chinese 8-ball. Only, when you're not trying to force it, when you're just trying to pot that ball. Yeah, not much doing. There's a lot more pocket to work with here. They call the inside of the pocket the pro side of the pocket, so you're not touching that rail going in. And I imagine that's very important to know, playing Chinese 8-ball. With a rounded pocket, there's no pro side, is there?
No.
Yeah. Very nice. Are the majority of the snooker tables you play on 5x10s or 6x12s?
6x12.
6x12.
Yeah.
Did you think about scoffing when I said that? It's okay.
No, because I know that a 10-foot snooker table is very popular over here.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. I've actually been invited to go and play on one with a friend in Texas he's just got one in his house.
What's your high run in snooker?
132. I've only ever done one. That's the total clearance. I've only done that once. So I've had 19 century breaks.
Wow.
But that was when I was young.
So you played stronger when you were younger? So you've been playing a long time?
Yeah, I started when I was 7.
Oh, wow. Interesting. We just did a couple of the youth finals, and it was really nice. There were only like 50 players in the youth finals. Snooker is a lot larger part of the culture there over in England.
Yeah.
Start playing a lot younger.
Yeah.
And is that more home tables or recreation centers or?
A lot have smaller tables at home to begin with. and then if you show some promise, exactly the same happened to me. I would be allowed into a club that I wasn't really allowed to be in, but they give you a special dispensation if you're showing some promise and some talent.
Interesting.
To give you that chance.
Huh.
I met one young lady here, 11 and a half. I've got to say she's 11 and a half because she says she's nearly 12, but I want to be called 11 and a half. Okay. She was here with her father and she got to play with a lot of the pros. Darren Appleton stopped by and gave her a game. Tyler Steyer, Mika Immonen.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I love about this event.
Yeah.
It mixing amateurs with pros.
And you notice, I mean, that's why they have that pro event right there, smack dab in the middle. It's pretty neat that they do that. I love it. And yeah, you saw a lot of the pros playing with kids. You mentioned Mika. Mika had a heck of an event. Taking down Dennis, that was a pretty big match for him.
It was, yeah. He came up against, who knocked him out now? Was it Yap?
I don't know.
No, it wasn't. It was Chang Junlin.
Okay. Unfortunately, I had a hard time finding a bracket for that event, so I didn't follow as closely as I would have liked.
Yeah, it's up on the, or it was up on the CSI website.
Yep, I should have been able to find that one. Is he looking at back cutting that 9 ball or cutting the 3 on table 1? All right, he was looking at back cutting the 9. Now looking at cutting the 15. Both look a little scratchy. Got to be careful of that side pocket from there.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he was playing there. I think he's overrun it slightly. Was he playing for the one in the side?
I'm not sure. You're saying on table 2? Yeah. Ooh.
I like this one. On the 9 down. Oh, he's pulled it back. Even better.
Yeah.
So your last ball here is the 15, right?
You'd hope so. Really, the 11, the only one that's a little bit tricky to get shape on. If he's there right now, I'd probably take it.
I think he's going to play this and draw down to this back rail.
Yeah, down here?
Yeah.
Yep. I like that.
Straightforward draw. He's subbed it for the 11, so he's going to get rid of the 11 now.
Kind of got back to that same position. Hard to say if he's got room. Take a little closer look. From my experience with these, if it looks like it might go, it probably does.
Yeah, I'm playing the 15 here, though, I think. What are you doing?
I think the 15's a far safer shot.
Yeah.
Are you trying to go into the 8 ball from there?
I'm trying to avoid it, but if I hit it, I'm not disappointed. And
then
you see it can go wrong.
It can.
As soon as you play a little carom onto another ball, you're never 100% certain of exactly where it's going to end up. Well, I'm banking this 11 now into the side and stunning over this side of the table. What are you doing?
I like that. I like playing that. I'm probably going to play safe here. I'm a pretty safety-minded player, so.
That's what he's doing, I think, from the way he's queuing up. He's got to get it right, though. Got to get it right. Don't slide past it. Oh, he's left a shot.
Yep. But not an easy one. Meanwhile, on table 1, Stripe still running. He's got to get over on the back side of that 9 ball to play the 9 in the upper right. And it looks like he gets there beautifully. Headed right at that corner pocket, too. Great speed. Exciting games on both tables here at this 2021 CSI BCA World Championship.
I don't think he's playing this. I think he's playing a safety shot, isn't he?
It's a scary time to play safe. I like to play this with inside and run up table.
Too.
You as well?
Yeah, that's what he's done, though. That's the wrong
Yeah.
shot for me. I'm having a go at that.
Yeah, me
all
too.
day long.
You have to.
Run it down the rail.
And the main reason is you can do pretty much the same thing by trying to make the shot.
Absolutely. You could have played it with high left and still got the cue ball down the other end of the table.
Yeah. Well, pretty miraculous shot there on table 1. Mr. Summers taking free roll into 4-3.
Is he your half brother?
Last name, not first name.
Yeah.
I have met some Summerfields, last name Summerfield, but not many first names. I've met one, and they were from Montana as well, oddly enough. All right, at this point, you make a decision to go.
I'll tell you what, he's played
great
that fabulously. How well did he hit that?
Beautifully. Left it in a good position where even if you miss, you got a bank. And this is, perfect shape, natural shape for this 8-ball. You can play some high English here. You can play some high left, but just don't want to even get close to that 8-ball.
I'm just cueing this straight. Just let the cue ball do the work. Just let the cue ball drift up. Always going to have a shot on it. He's played, as you said, with a little bit of left hand. Judged it to perfection.
That's exactly where you want to be shooting this 8-ball. Free roll and taking a 5-3 lead.
Wow, opening up a little bit of a gap.
Yeah, it's been neck and neck this whole time. Exciting stuff.
While we're in the break, both tables finished at the same time. Thank you very much for my raspberry soda.
You're very welcome.
It's beautiful. It's like a raspberry sparkling water. It's gorgeous.
Yeah, exactly. I enjoy it as well. Well, thanks for joining me here in the booth. Mark, tell me your last name again. I'm sorry.
Summerfield.
Mark Summerfield with Bad Boys TV. Coming to you live from the 2021 CSI BCA World Championship. Brought to you by Diamond Billiard Products, Obi Custom Cues, by Littman Lights, changing the way you see pool, Bad Boys TV, and the Billiard Shopping Network. All right. Big break there.
Love that tagline.
Which one?
Changing the way you see pool.
Thank you very much. I wrote that.
Did you?
I did.
Really?
Yeah.
I did a bit of copywriting when I was young for an
Oh, yeah?
advertising agency.
Oh, cool.
Good work.
Well, thank you. I like that one. 8-ball break there on table 1. You make the 8-ball, you have the opportunity to re-break or to spot it. I think he's probably going to choose to spot this 8-ball. Usually you're going to see a second ball break making that 8-ball. Cue ball comes to the side rail and back out.
Have you seen many 8-balls on the break in your time in the booth?
At this tournament, I've seen 3. So not a lot. How about you?
There weren't many 10-ball breaks.
No.
In the first event, there was 2 actually. 2 in a row I saw from one person.
Wow. Who was that?
I can't remember.
Don't remember.
It wasn't Corey Jewell. Corey Jewell was actually trying to make the 10 on nearly every break.
Really?
Yeah. He's a great character, Corey.
Yes, he really is. I love watching those guys play. Such interesting dynamics between the pros. The first time I was at Derby City, I was able to see more of that than I ever have, and it was pretty neat to see them interact. A lot of intense feelings towards one another, but also a camaraderie. I think it's a shared experience that most people can't understand, so even the ones that don't get along can relate on some level.
You know, I really like the fact that for the amateur side of it, there's also commentary. It's nice for them to look at afterwards.
Mm-hmm. Oh, absolutely.
You know, they're playing well. They deserve to be made feel special.
Oh, I totally agree. Yeah, that's one of my favorite things about doing the amateur events, and something that I try to remind everybody surrounding these events is a lot of these are the biggest pool matches these players have ever played in. And it doesn't matter what it means in the grand scheme of things. It's the feeling of competition, the spirit of competition is the most important here.
Yeah, and let's face it, they're playing top quality conditions.
Yeah.
You know, really nice venue.
Oh, yeah.
surrounded as they were by all the pros as well, as we said before.
Yeah,
It's just great for Paul.
it really is. Yeah, and like you said, everyone deserves to feel that. I mean, these guys all have their own queue. They put in the time, take a plane to get here. You care about the game, and that's what keeps it around. Looks like table 2 playing, a back cut. I thought he was trying the combination. Boy, and that's a tricky layout there.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a mess, isn't it?
It is.
Over there.
Like a cut on this 10 ball on the left-hand side on table 1.
Tell you what, not so bad shot here. Is that the 10 ball?
Mm-hmm.
I'd be banking that onto the 5 and nudging it up and opening my 5, stunning the cue ball and snooking him.
I like that.
Behind the 15, I think it was.
Stripes electing to go on this one. And a pretty, after that shot, opening things up a lot. So getting up to the 13. Yeah, I mean, as long as you can navigate the, I think it's a 10, 15, 11 down there.
Yeah.
You're in pretty good shape. With the 5 where it is, you don't really want to be doing a lot of up and back on this table.
No, he needs to get rid of those 2 up there now, doesn't he?
Yeah. But that's a pretty tight cut on the 13. I can't tell.
I think you can run it round with a bit of right-hand English, round 2 rails, 3 rails.
I like that.
It's just come out 1. Not
Yeah,
left a good angle now, you see.
Try and stay inside, and you're going to have a lot tougher angle.
Yeah, that shot wasn't really on, was it?
Nope.
He needed to put some English on it. Either way he went.
Yeah. I have an easier time cutting that with inside and running around 3 rails, like you said.
Yeah.
I think that kind of has to do with the squirt of the cue. Do you play with a low deflection shaft? You said no. You just play with an OB shaft.
Yeah.
Just a maple?
Yeah, I did play with, I have a cue in Thailand still. I left Thailand because of the pandemic,
Mm-hmm.
and I was playing with a Predator 314.
Yeah.
That's quite a low deflection
Yeah.
cue. Very nice. Loved it.
Absolutely. The 314 is a really, really popular shaft, and one that I think during the low deflection era, a lot of players started playing with. And I think a lot of people can fall back into that game really quickly.
I mean, Kachi last night, he was playing with a... Do you know something interesting that I spotted? The top 4 semi-finalists...
Playing with wood?
Played with wood.
It's funny. I've taken bets on that in tournaments, specifically about like how we hosted a tournament in Eugene, and I bet on carbon fiber to be at the top 2 places, and I bet against wood. And there's a saying that says it's not the arrow, it's the Indian, and I think that's a very true statement. Probably not an appropriate statement, but it says more. It's about the player, not the equipment. And I think that's very true. But in that case, carbon fiber won. I'm glad to hear wood won in that one, though, especially at a professional level.
Yeah. Yeah, and Eklund Kachi was actually using a carbon fiber before, but recently changed back to wood.
Yeah.
He's using a 3142, I think it is.
I think a lot of that has to do with sponsorship. At some point, a lot of these players that are sponsored by Predator are required to play with specific products. So, but I don't know a lot about their deals that they make. Excellent shot there.
I think as a sponsor, you want your player to be comfortable playing. If you're a company that does wood and carbon fiber,
You would sure hope that they had what made them the most comfortable to play the best. Makes sense to me.
I mean, Kelly Fisher has just gone over to...
Sorry.
Okay.
I don't know how that... Sorry. I meant to hit the other... You go. I'm not going to touch anything. I was trying to take a drink. I apologize.
No, I was just going to say, Kelly Fisher has recently gone over to carbon fibre.
Has she?
She's been using wood since she started playing snooker at the age of 11 or whatever. But she now plays... She's just gone with... she was with Fury, but now she's gone to Predator.
Interesting.
And she's playing with a carbon fibre. And I said, look, off the record, what's it like? She said, you know what? I absolutely love it.
Yeah, wow. It's interesting.
Just so much easier to play with.
There's one shot specifically that I justify playing with a carbon fiber shaft with, and it's a bank shot. And it's one that is just far simpler. I like playing bank pool in one pocket. But yeah. What's that? Yeah, just step into the aisle like you normally color up. Unfortunately, we can't help. Oftentimes we get thought of as somebody who can assist on a shot, but it's pretty important for us to stay out of it, especially as commentators, to be impartial. Looks like they're going to have to call a ref, and I would imagine the referee staff is beginning to dwindle. I might be able to ask Kenny to call a referee. How about now? Yep, there you are. I apologize, that button's been finicky.
He's just played a beautiful shot down the rail. Absolutely exquisite shot. And now I'm just running this 10 ball in.
Thinking about where you want to be in the 8 ball, right?
Yeah, I'm leaving the... Is it the 14 into the side?
Mm-hmm.
And then just float across the face of the 10. Somewhere near the 5, but not too much. Stay short.
Now that 8 ball doesn't go in the lower right-hand corner pocket, correct?
In the left, no. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. Yeah, looking at it from this angle. He's played that pretty good. Now I'm being very bold with this shot now. I'm going to draw this in over to the rail, hold it with a little bit of right-hand English.
You're going in the side
Yeah.
to go all the way back to the rail? Oh, I got it. I think he's got the angle here where I would probably just stun drift.
Really,
Looks like he's going all the way to the rail like you're talking about.
I'd like drawing this to the rail like that. Little bit of left.
Wow.
And holds it perfectly.
You win this round. That was a great shot.
The only competition is out there on the tables.
Yeah, that's right. Well, an excellent shot there. And I tell you, down 5-3, that's a big one.
And do you know why I like playing that shot?
Why is
Because you
that?
can actually feel it and you feel that you're in control
Absolutely.
of it.
Hitting a full stroke shot, I think you're always going to have a better chance of pocketing a ball.
Yeah. So that's a really good out there. Last 3 shots were terrific.
Yeah, beautiful.
Oh, and he's in a lot of trouble here. Look at this 7 ball.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, that missing that 14 is not the worst thing that can happen at all.
But you
Counting out his diamonds there.
you
So
know, I'm playing. Yeah, go on, explain to me the diamond, what he's got, please.
what he's trying to do is he's trying to count out the diamonds. So if he's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 diamonds away, he's a little off the rail, so he's probably going to go to the 7th diamond. So he's going to look at 1, 2, 3 and a half as a center point, and that should be your perfect triangle to get there. He is a little further out, so I mean that it's just like a visual tool, just a way to gauge where that middle point is. Like you said, I do more of that with my eye than I do with counting, but when you're in the moment, it's really hard to not get caught up in the game you're playing, and if you have a system to fall back on, it's nice to have some kind of guideline. I think they're right here to call a referee. But looking like he's just maybe not even going to pocket that ball, run it down, and marry it there. That's an excellent shot.
Well, you know what I'm doing here. I'm playing this hard and hope for the double kiss it in.
So he gave up ball in hand there.
Yeah.
You're hoping to double kiss in which one?
He's on 7, right?
No. He's on the... he's shooting stripes now.
He's stripes.
Yeah, so he the last player was
Oh, he
playing
played
safe.
a deliberate foul.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. My bad.
And I don't know that I would have taken my other option off the table there. Because, yeah, he's obviously... Oh, you don't want to make your 7, though. And this is going to be an interesting game here. They haven't broken over there on table 1, so we're going to stay on here. At this point, this is definitely the right move. I like making his 7 ball here. Oh, and he even opened up the 12. Excellent shot.
All right, this is Mike T. Badboys Billiard. Summer's going to get a break because he deserves a break. You know what I mean? All right, so what's happening here? 4-5, race to 13, top shelf, free rolling. This is a tough race, my friends. Okay, I got to say, I'd like to see him play a safe behind this 15 ball. The other tables still trying to kind of navigate with their way through. So we will stay on this as it stays exciting. Mark, is that right?
It is right. Mike?
Oh. Try now.
2-2.
Your mic's kind of touchy. Try again.
Yeah, it's been playing up a little bit. That's working now, right?
No, I don't think so. Try it now.
1-2, 2. 2-2.
Let me see. All right, try now.
I think that. No.
I wonder, are you down? Oh, try now.
2-2.
Yeah, there you go. All right. Mark, right?
Nice to meet you, Mike.
Nice to meet you, Mark. Where are you from, buddy?
I'm from the UK, southeast, just near London.
Right now, you're from the UK. I meant in the United States. Where you're from? Are you from a different country?
Yeah, I'm from,
Lord Almighty, what are you doing here, man?
from England. I come to commentate with you.
Oh, look at that. I like it. I had a team, I played in, whoops, I wonder what happened. I played in, we'll check that in a minute. I played in BCA years ago, and the team we were playing, everybody had accents like you, and I made them stop talking because they were intimidating me. I said, every one of you guys, stop talking. You're intimidating me. You flew over an ocean to beat me, you sons of guns. Now cut it out. They laughed, thank God. You never know if somebody's going to get your humor or not. All right, table 1 now. Mark, what events did you play in?
I'm not. I'm here just in a helping out capacity for CSI.
I noticed that you have a CSI shirt on. You got to share. You got to talk to me, man. What do you do for CSI?
Well, I'm going to be commentating the Michigan event.
Oh, how fun. Very
That's coming
cool.
up.
Oh, how neat. How exciting.
This particular event, I was walking around Scott. You might have seen me, actually. The guy with the laptop walking around non-stop.
It's amazing how little attention I pay, but thank you. Thanks for assuming I would have noticed. I think that's really nice of you, and it says a lot about how you're feeling about society and people as a whole. You're a positive guy, man. I like that. So you're kind of getting the feel of things, I would take it, as part of what's happening here. You're getting the feel of things, and then come Michigan, you start commentating.
I mean, I've done it for the last 5 years anyway.
I figured you weren't new to the business. I just meant here. Yeah. Oh, well, very cool.
But yeah, it's my first gig for CSI, which I'm very proud
Very cool. Yeah,
to announce. I mean, they're a great company,
Yeah.
doing great things for
yeah,
Paul.
they're big in the game, definitely.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, we'll look at both tables. We are missing a game, and I'll figure that out in a minute. But enjoy some pool. All right, so I'm going to assume, because Summer's really good about this. Just a second. We have a news flash. Just a moment. All right, can you hear me now? All right, so Summer's really good about making blue the blue team and red the red team, which I really respect about him, and that's going to really help us here. So free rolling is breaking on the right-hand side and also shooting on the left-hand side. And again, I will check out that score here in a second. Ooh, nice. Summer doing a little correction as we said. Okay. Nice break. All right, I'm back. That was nice to meet Mark. I got a feeling later I'm going to say I got to commentate with Mark, and I'm not going to mention that it was 4 minutes. I'm just going to say no. He's my partner, man. That's guy my fellow commentator. We're basically in a fraternity. He had an accent, so he must be good.
It's true.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was really fun.
That's cool, man.
Totally. He did scorekeeping for the Predator event.
Okay.
He's about to do the Michigan tournament.
He's going to commentate, yeah.
Yeah.
And he laughed at my jokes, so he's my friend.
Yeah.
If you look at me like I'm weird,
It's a low
you're probably
bar.
not going to want to come to my birthday party. You know what I mean? It's
You're
not
telling
gonna
me
be
I'm out of your birthday
It's
party?
not going to be your kind of place. Oh, no, you think I'm funny. You always laugh at my stuff. I love you, man.
I do.
Yeah.
No, that was really fun. I learned a term. I learned a British term.
Did you really? What was
You
it?
know how you say tree-topped in British?
Yeah? How?
Picnicked.
Picnicked.
And I would like for Mike to speculate why it's called.
Because you're on the top of a hill.
That's what I said. That's a good guess.
No?
The answer is picnicked because, it's something about a basket. I can't believe I forgot already. I said I learned a term. I didn't do a very good job.
Oh, my gosh. You learned there was a term.
Yes.
You could say that accurately.
It's definitely called
They call it picnicked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think he said it's because that shot is a basket. No, and I think maybe like basket case. Now I'm just speculating. We're going to have to ask Mark again. I used the term correctly. I know that. Or he was being nice.
Even treetop doesn't necessarily make a lot of sense. It only
no.
connotates high up, but it doesn't really, you're not, I don't know.
There was a reason I adopted his term and he didn't reciprocate. I mean, I'm not saying he won't at some point, but there's probably a proper...
I got you. These are more Jam Up shirts. Jam Up is getting some nice designs and graphics in the back. The dice in the back of these look really good. Damien Pompanek?
Yeah, nailed it. Damien Pompanek.
Pompanek. Because it's Panic at the Disco. See, I got a word associator. I'm nothing. If I can't word associate, I'm nothing. All right. Get up on the left-hand side for shape on the 8.
Very nice
And
shot.
again, I know that he is on team free rolling because my friend Summerfield made them blue on the score.
That's true.
And I didn't even ask him that. I just know him well enough to know that, listen, this guy's not playing around.
Free roll and taking that one down.
I like it.
That was David Crowley. David Crowley giving a big shout-out to Tyler and Ava out there. Like we said, his big goal is to be better today than he is tomorrow.
That's my goal as a
Better
human.
tomorrow than
I
he
like
is
that.
today.
That's my goal as a human. I think everybody should have a couple things they're always working on to be a little better about. Mine is grumpy.
You're going to be a little more grumpy.
No, a little less grumpy. No,
Less
less
grumpy,
grumpy, tense, however you want to say it. All right, you go ahead, buddy.
I'm working on that one myself. This is Matt Summers over here. Mr. Summers. He's a party boy. He wants to give a big shout out.
Did you say he's a party boy?
I
I think that might be inappropriate, Summer. Can you stick to the script, my friend? What did he write down?
This is literally his script.
He said he's a party boy?
He said party boy.
All right.
He's giving a big shout out to Lauren and his kids, Hayden and Declan. So awesome. And he is playing with a Q-Tech shaft, a Chris Love Q. And these guys, I didn't get where they were out of Midwest BCA. Rockers Bar. Gosh darn it.
What's gosh darn? What happened?
Oh, I think he just wanted a little different position.
Breaking on the second table. I'm going to switch to 2 tables just to see how that comes out. And then as it gets down to the wire, we'll switch to the right-hand table.
Oh, he's in good shape. Sorry, I thought he was shooting stripes. So just rolling forward here. Getting onto that 7 ball. 3 does go on the side, it looks like. Boy, he's in great shape here. If the 3 goes on the side.
Yeah, I think he's looking great here. I guess the main thing would be make sure that you're not cutting the 3 into the side, because then you're not going to have shape on the 8. There you go. That's what I'm talking about.
Might have gotten a little high on that. Didn't make contact with the 11, so now you kind of got to push around it. And you got to worry about scratching if you push too much.
I think if you hit it too hard, you have to worry about the 11 coming back into your path too. If you hit it hard, cue ball down and back up, I'm afraid the 11 goes in and out, and they both end up on the same
Are
plane.
you trying to push through off the 11?
I think you have to. I think you have to push through on the 11.
He got right around
and I was
it.
super wrong. From his speed, I'm going to tell you, though, he thought he was pushing through the 11 too.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, the other table, they're trying to figure it out. I can see it. You're not missing a ton. No offense to anybody. Let's see how this plays out. I like end games.
I do too.
I would assume you guys like end games too.
I think that's one pocket.
Yeah.
Yeah, end game one pocket's pretty fun.
Yeah. Yes, I agree. Professional basketball.
End game. Yeah.
If you're, you know what I mean. If you're me, like, why don't you just watch the last 7 minutes? I don't understand.
Yeah, why would I watch 1 2-hour game when I can watch all of...
it's 98 to 77. Oh, who would have guessed?
That's killer basketball. Yeah. I mean, you could argue the same thing about the race to 110 ball.
You really could, couldn't you? As a spectator, you really could. Anyway, can he see the 8? He can see the 8. And,
wow,
and my friends, he can talk at the 8. So free roll
Mr.
is 9.
Summers taking it to 9-3. That's a big lead.
That's huge. Summer, are you feeling like we got the score correct?
I am.
Okay.
I feel like he was not happy that I hadn't gotten the score right leading up till then, and I understand why. Scorekeeping is a little more complicated than it seems doing team events, but nonetheless, there's no excuse. So I apologize for having the score wrong, and we should probably check in the chat room, see what's going on.
I can completely understand, and I respect his level of professionalism. And then can I add na?
No.
No. I wanted na, my friend.
So, Mike, big
What
day
am I
today.
doing here? What am I doing here?
The big square.
This one?
That's the square, yeah.
Okay. Go ahead, tell me. Talk to me. What?
We got an archery contest. The snooker.
If Mark has a new rap song. Did Mark have an old rap song? Mark is becoming my favorite person.
I'm wondering.
Tell me.
So every time Mark says, I say it's Mark, right? And he says Mock. And every time I say Mark, I don't know. I don't want to adjust my R, you know? I'm not going to say, oh, Mock.
I think Michael Babiglia says he's going to pronounce it La Quinta Inn, not La Quinta Inn, because they can't make him have an accent.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you.
I got that. But I just wonder what the respectful way to go about that is. And I'm not sure.
To go about what? If you should say it his way or your way?
Well, because I don't think that he's correcting me saying, no, my name is Mock.
Well, now he might be correcting you.
He might be. Because he's saying the word. He's not just saying yes.
I don't normally respond with Mike D says it's okay. Sometimes I do because it's funny to be third person, but Ross Perot taught me that. Anyway.
All right. Let's go back to that big screen.
I see. I'm driving the bus. I'm not doing a great job driving the bus. But I am driving it. Listen, the kids are getting to school. Everybody's safe. I'm slow. Right? You couldn't say I was fast at this bus. I'm definitely the slow bus driver.
Fast Mike D.
Except on a computer. Then he stares a lot. You're like, what are you staring at, Mike D?
Oh, he's just pushing buttons over there. Yeah.
There's a real red square around the screen. Okay, there we go. 9-3, race to 13. We are, I want to say we're heading towards the end, but I have been in team matches that only had just begun when they were like this.
This is Sean Davidson on the
Nice.
table on the right. He plays with the Sky Woodward Mayuchi. They call him Rocky Top. And he wants to give a big shout out to James, his brother, for supporting him, and to Anthony Davidson as well. Or, sorry, just to Anthony Davidson's his teammate, the brother, for supporting him. All right, so Rocky Top.
Whose Uchi is it?
The Sky Woodward Mayuchi.
The what? The Uchi? Who's Uchi?
Sky Woodward Mayuchi.
Miuchi?
Am I saying it wrong?
I thought it was Muchi.
Muchi. What am I saying? Mayuchi.
I feel like you are. Or Miuchi?
How do you prefer it?
Well, see, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know how you pronounce it. I just thought it was Muchi. You're making me think I'm wrong.
Muchi.
I think it's nice of you to go the opposite way. That's kind.
I still have a little Montana in me, a little Mayuchi.
I'll buy that.
Muchi.
I'll buy that.
Muchi sounds more appropriate. All right, on table 1 there. I think trying to hold for that 13, and I think he overran it just a little bit. playing safe here. Seen a lot of good safety play out of top shelf. A lot of good safety play out of free rolling also. Ooh. And taking over that pocket, but not really leaving a lot either.
Oh, great shot on the 14. Those cuts into the side are tough. Nice try. So the table on the right, it's runnable. We'll see what happens.
This is Eddie Johnson over on table 1. He plays out of, call him 8-Ball Johnson. Plays out of Midwest BCA and Rockers Bar and Grill. Wants to give a big shout out to Kirsten and Michaela. And shouts out, shoots with a Predator. Being courteous and allowing his opponent, top shelf, to shoot first.
Yeah, exactly.
And this is Eddie stepping back to the table. And that's a nice line to get on the 11 ball here. Looks like he's probably trying to go into it as opposed to leave for it. And nudges that 3 ball, just doesn't quite open it up. Lands pretty well on the 13. Yep. I'm probably going to have to take the bank here on the 11. Either that or choose to play safe. Meanwhile, top shelf on the other table, running out.
Yeah, I think table 1, free rolling. If it's me, I do not make that ball he's looking at right now. Don't make the 13. Tie up the 7. Cut it over and try and get it to sit exactly in front of the 7.
I like that.
Your opponent's not running out with his 3 ball there. Do something smart. And the right-hand table... Oh. Yeah, probably what they're doing.
Ooh.
Cut that 5 to the left and try and take over the pocket. It was a good attempt. Good attempt on the right. Unfortunate on the left, huh?
Yeah, unfortunate scratch.
Yeah.
And I think he was just trying to stiff that ball so that he could take the bank on the 11. That was, you could go one of 2 ways there. Play the safe, and it's tough. We all want to get out. I know that feeling.
On the left-hand table, I'm going to hook him so many times that people are going to think that I'm confused and I'm trying to get a 3 foul. I'm just going to hook him on that 3 over and over and over again until my 3's good, and then I'm going to run out. I'm definitely not going to make a ball. All right. Right-hand side, he's going for it.
And I'm going to give apologies right now because I read the wrong information about the person on table 2. It's Anthony Davidson, TJ. He's been the one helping us out and correcting us. His mantra is to be great today. We just went back to the other table.
Ken on table 1, and they're trying to figure out if he needs a ref or not. Personally, I'm pro ref.
Yeah,
I don't mean I'm professional ref. I mean,
pro.
If you have any question where you're like, maybe we should call a ref. That's the same as if I'm working the counter at Plaid Pantry and I think maybe you're not 21 as you're buying beer. I'm asking you. It's not a dilemma. If it crossed my mind, it's happening.
You call for a ref at the grocery store? It's something I haven't heard as much about.
I called for the police at a Goodwill one time.
Meanwhile, Anthony Davidson here. We're waiting on a ref.
Yeah, I agree. Good call. I think rail first into the 14 and then just slam it through. Oh, he's doing an even smarter shot.
Still got to get that 5 out of there. Oh, come on, 13. Oh, man. All right, so 13 in a tough spot. And again, while we got it, he's giving a big shout out to Maggie, Anthony, and to Peyton. Says he loves you guys. So this is TJ shooting the 13 ball.
I'll switch over here in a second. Here's the ref.
The 3 ball is not frozen on the rail. I like kicking into that 3 as opposed to just touching it. How about you?
Oh.
That's why
listen, the 11's not easy.
No.
Yeah. make you seasick with the cameras, tell me.
Eddie Johnson here with a decision to make. Do you cut this 11 or do you bank it? You cut it.
These guys are making me feel so conservative. But honestly, I would cut the 11, slow roll to leave it by the pocket if I missed, because with some left-hand English and a little bit of bottom, I'm going to leave him nothing.
Yeah.
But, you definitely want to get flat with the 3 ball. If he drifts up like that with the cue ball, then it's not really that safe of a shot.
Wow. Barely avoids that side
Well
pocket.
done.
Great
He's
shot.
there. Yeah.
That's huge. Mike,
Tell me.
somebody stole like 9-foot pool tables.
Oh, my God. They did quickly, too, didn't they?
That was happening in the middle of their match behind them.
That disappeared.
Did you hear the tables breaking down?
Yes, it was loud.
They were throwing them across pool tables. They weren't doing that, but it was pretty bad. Eddie Johnson here trying to take down game 10.
Get it to 10, right? Yeah.
Nice shot.
Nice.
Wow,
And that free
that's
rolling
big.
on to 10, yeah. Sometimes I want to clap, but I feel like it would be inappropriate.
You do clap. I don't know if you're aware, but it's usually at the end of the match, which I think is definitely more appropriate.
Well, I try and wait till it's the least amount of inappropriate. That's my life, actually, in a nutshell. I should tattoo that on my forehead. Just trying to be as least inappropriate as possible. How am I doing? Call my mom. 503. All right.
Davidson
Nice. That's
throwing that ball going to 11.
dude.
Wow, they're running.
That
away
was a
with
big.
this.
That was a big couple matches. They won
Yeah.
2 games there. I don't know if you noticed that, and it took them from 9 to 11. That's 2 plus 9.
I don't know what happened to your sign, but it was so helpful for you're making me laugh, and the guy's right there. I was trying. I appreciated that joke more than I.
I
than
promise
gave it
you,
credit for.
next year, the first day when I arrive, probably the next tournament we do, which I guess is Derby.
Yeah, Derby.
All right, I'm lying then. The next time we do something like this, Derby's a little different setup. I'm going to go. There's curtains back here. I'm realizing people will let me do, people will let me do whatever I want. I could have got here the first day, gotten a rope
true.
and curtains, and made a whole elaborate thing back here, and people would have been like, yeah, I guess that's what he's supposed to do.
Yeah, I don't even think they're in the room. I think they're back there.
It's all good.
You could have been Oz.
I could have made a whole thing.
Yeah.
Did you ever make a fort as a kid?
Oh yeah, I made a lot of forts.
Well, my friend, we're having it. We're going to have a whole fort.
yeah,
Yeah.
cushions and everything.
I would focus more on the cardboard, the amount of cardboard and duct tape that's going to go into this. It's going to be, I don't think you're following me on the fort idea. You can bring a pellet if you want, but when you see it, what you're going to think is, wow, cardboard and duct tape.
Somebody really turned an 8-year-old loose back here.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. Well, there's a lot of tape around here.
Gaffing
Mike,
tape. It's gaff tape.
Big day for you today.
Yes, it was.
You may not be a professional referee, but you are a professional pool player.
I
You're a
guess so.
sponsored
Yeah,
pool player.
I guess so. I got sponsored by Bad Boy Clothing and OBQs. So that's very nice.
That's
yeah.
really exciting.
It is really
Congratulations
exciting.
to you.
Thank you. I'm thrilled.
Well
yeah.
deserved.
Well, thank you.
You're a heck of a player, and you will be a great endorsement for.
I would like to be an ambassador for both
Ambassador,
companies. I
yeah.
truly would, yes, and I truly believe in both companies. Yeah, I'm thrilled. It's pretty neato.
Yeah, I'm excited about those OB products. They're doing a lot of great work there.
Yeah, they really are. Yep. Jeremy Jones has been working really hard.
And we've got Mr. Summers back up. And top shelf on the other table.
Nice
wow,
shot.
cutting that
Nice
ball
shot.
beautifully.
That's Chuck on number 1 table. That was a good shot, Chuck.
Oh, by the name on the shirt. Very well done.
That's why I did I moved these. I don't know if you noticed. Did you notice I moved the monitors
yeah.
so that we could each have our little gaps to
Little
look
window.
through? Yeah, that's another thing that my fort is going to have. We'll get into it later.
Can we have a painting that we cut the eyes
Do you know
out
what
of?
you caught? What did they shoot the arrows things through in the castles? You know what I mean?
Oh, the archer. I don't remember.
The
what
little
they're
hole
called.
things. There's
Yeah.
a name for them. I just read Game of Thrones, and I'm still trying to wake up, but I know they talked about it. That kind of thing. We're gonna have that, except we're gonna look through it. There's times on the camera you cannot tell if a ball goes or not, and it's nice to be able to see.
It's true.
All right, so 311. And we got top shelf Chuck on the left-hand side table trying to hold on to it. Teams can flip around so quickly and
Right.
easily. It's just amazing. Myself and some friends won a match at this score. We were on the losing end of this, and we came back.
Wow.
And we made that other team cry
No
and
way.
cry.
Man, Chuck just hit that, set up
right,
that
just
break up
barely missed
perfectly.
it, yeah.
Barely. That's heartbreaking. I feel your pain, Chuck.
Yeah.
If
All right,
somebody told me to get around those balls, I wouldn't be able to do it either.
Heading for 12 games on this table. I like his odds. We're going to check this out for a second.
Yeah, looking good.
Summer, they ran out of Pepsi at the casino.
What?
People are right. Post-COVID is different.
It
They
is.
ran out of Pepsi.
So
That's how I know.
He's going to run straight up and down through this 12-13.
Well done.
Wow.
That was perfect speed.
Yes, it was.
On the streaming table and
They
in teams,
ran
that's
out
hard
of
to do.
Pepsi.
They ran out of Pepsi, yeah.
Huh.
Well, I guess let's be really specific. They ran out of regular Pepsi. They have a Diet Pepsi. As you might have noticed, I'm not on a diet.
No. Not a diet guy.
All right, we're at 12 now for free roll, and they're on the hill now.
Wow.
When I'm in the match, what I like to do is not use two tables right now, and it turns out that's a huge problem. And no, you definitely need to keep using
going,
two tables. Yeah. This match could go on for another hour and a half. What are you thinking about, Mike D? That's how people reacted to me when I broached that subject. I'm like, dude, we're on the hill. Let's just slow this down a little bit. They're like, no, bro.
We got things to do. This is Aaron Smith trying to close this out.
It's part of the pressure, too. It is part of the pressure. I mean, having that second game, that guy can't help but be watching you. You know he's watching you. It kind of is part of the whole. It's like the reason they make you walk in golf, even though walking has nothing to do with hitting the balls. It's still part of the deal. You know what I mean? Yeah, it adds pressure. Deal with it. He must. That set has been missed twice.
Man, and he even nudged the 6 ball, and still didn't cut it out.
Even with that body language, it didn't move.
Yeah. Yeah, this is tricky.
Like rocking the rhyme right on time?
Like rocking the rhyme right on time, exactly.
That's what I thought.
Tricky. I like playing the 14 over by the upper left-hand corner pocket and intentionally missing. Making him try and take the 1-7 combo.
All right, I just wanted to see that break. It wasn't a scratch.
Aaron Smith, tattoo, making a tough decision. He does have a clip bank on the 6, but boy, you don't want to try it. And I think he can make that one. I guess if you play this with some inside.
Yes, I think he could run into the 10, but he's not trying to.
It looks like he's going for the 7 next.
Instead, he's going to shoot stripes. That makes perfect sense.
Perfect sense. That's right. I got distracted by the other table. I'm sorry.
I think all of our viewers are very angry at you right now.
I don't blame him.
I'm glad you took a second to apologize. I think if he makes the 9 and leaves the cue ball by the left-hand side pocket, then he could cut the 14 in and break the 6-10 up.
Are you trying to make contact with the 6 there or with the 14?
I know what you mean. With the 10, I think. I'd want to touch I'd like to clip the 6 and come into the 14, yeah. All right, we're going to go to both tables, and I'm not going to push any more buttons for at least a minute and a half. 312, yeah, this is brutal. All right, so we got top shelf up on both tables. We got Chuck on the left.
And Joey.
And Joey on the right. Do you like the Ramones?
I do.
Nice.
Yeah. And you?
Yeah, some of their stuff I definitely do. Some of their stuff not so much. Just depends.
I'm the same, yeah. I could never own a Ramones shirt. I would either it would be taken away from me, or I would hit a point where I'm like, I don't deserve this shirt.
Yeah.
But I do appreciate their music. Looking like he's wanting to come all the way across and back, get past that 12, catches the point. Boy, and that worked out really well. All right, here we go. Chuck trying to take down the 4th win for them. I think I'm going to try to run into the 9 here, because it's pretty hard to cut that ball and stay low enough. Oh, and undercuts just a little bit. It's really easy to have that happen.
Free rolling back to the table.
Yep.
Yeah. What time's our next match? What time can people tune in for our next match? Do you know?
I got sent a picture.
Did you a picture? Was it an appropriate picture? I want you to remember what happened during our juniors match. It's
What?
Nothing. Just joking.
There we go.
Okay.
So you tell me
Lord.
what you think there.
Oh, Lord, he just handed me a phone. So I need glasses. I need my wife, Angie.
And Mr. Tattoo. Missing that ball. Aaron, I'm only calling you that because your name that it says Tattoo in quotations. I assume that's a nickname. This is Joey on table 2. And I think he was trying to draw all the way back into that 3 and just falling short. Oh, catches that point and doesn't quite get there.
I think 7 and 9:30. Does that look right to you? Did I interpret that correctly?
I believe you are correct.
Okay.
7 and 9:30. And we got some time at 6 right now.
Yeah.
And I think those are both team finals. This is a hot seat match. Speaking of which, coming to you live from the 2021 BCA CSI World Championship.
Nice
This
shot.
is Summerfield and Mike D with Bad Boys TV.
Yeah. Oh, he has a Las Vegas tattoo. You got cool tattoos.
This is Rocky Top back at the table. He plays with the Sky Woodard Mucci. Is that better?
Oh, the Miucci. I don't know if it's better. I want to be really clear about that. It may be the best. It may be the worst. I don't know. My last name's Deichmann. Only I can tell you that.
Deichmann, not Deichmann. Deichmann.
Or Deichmann. No.
All right, so playing the combo now. Wow. I thought that match was going to work out well.
Yeah.
But the back cut leads to knocking the 10 ball. I think he's still in good shape here. So Rocky Top trying to close this thing out. They're on the hill. Get over there. Oh. All right, another back cut. I guess you can take the 9 next, but it looks like he wants to. Wow.
Great shot, man. Oh, tough action.
Rocky Top 2 games away from this win. 2 balls away from this win. Oh.
Sometimes the closer you get to the end, the harder it is.
For sure.
Yeah.
And I think that has to do with the significance of how quickly you can come back. Like you start thinking, oh, just one more game, just one more game, just one more game.
Yep.
It happens quick. Meanwhile, Top Shelf trying to stop him. And Mr.
So
Smith
free
here.
Rollin is on the left-hand table.
Yeah. Stay up, stay up. For those of you wondering, it did stay up.
Sorry. I'm fast like a ninja, as I've discussed, and I think I might have pushed that button a little fast. But I have a strong feeling it's this table we want to watch.
I'll give you the play-by-play on table 2. Rocky Top kicking for the head. Oh. And does not. That's going to bring Top Shelf back with ball in hand. Free Rollin trying to close this thing out on table 1. This is Aaron Tattoo. Coming back over. Doesn't get on top of the 8. But there's a little gap. He does have a shot. It's going to be shooting in the lower left-hand corner pocket. Normally I'd say color ref, but there's enough separation here. I think you'd be able to see. I still might color ref.
I agree with you, though. I think there's a chalk and a half. But a ref might look at you like you're silly, honestly.
Yeah.
All right, so Top Shelf's looking good for getting out on this right-hand side. I'd really like to switch.
Yeah.
But I don't want to do it too soon when there's no reason to.
Totally.
So, yeah, he is. So he's calling the pocket on the right-hand side.
Top Shelf going to 412. Bam.
Wow,
That's how you pull it down.
Oh,
Huge win there.
great match.
Free Rolling taking this thing down.
Now, I'm always
Are
watching
they-
body language now where we're right on the score. We were.
Yes, indeed. It looks like they're going to shake hands.
Okay, well, I'm glad. Hey, Summerfield and Mike D for Bad Boy
Let's
TV.
make sure here.
Thanks for joining us. Why am I hanging up yet? Thanks for joining us. Our stream, Bad Boy TV, brought to you by Lippman Lights, OBQs, the best cues on the market, and Billiard Shopping Network.
Billiard Shopping Network, Diamond Billiard Products, Lippman Lights.
Yep. Predator's somewhere in there, but we haven't been able to figure out where it is. We have I think you're right. I think you figured it out. I haven't. Let's go with that. Hey, we'll be doing this later, I think in 49 minutes.
Yep.
Talk to you guys later.
Talk to you soon.
Pool is cool.